It's 9 a.m., the 28th of October 2025, in the South China Sea, about 180 nautical miles off the Spratly Islands. The U.S. destroyer USS Dewey spots 3 fast contacts on radar. Warning tones hit the bridge. Multiple tracks, closing fast. Boots slam metal decks as sailors sprint to stations. Outside, white water sprays off 2 China Coast Guard ships as they rush in and start to box Dewey in. One Chinese ship swings across Dewey's nose, trying to cut the bow at knife range. The second angles toward Dewey's port side to trap her. Dewey turns just enough to avoid steel on steel. Over the radio, the crew calls out distance in yards, voice tight. Then something worse. The Chinese ships light up Dewey with fire control radar, the kind you use right before you shoot. On board Dewey, nobody is calm now, because this is still peacetime. And if someone misjudges by 1 second, peace ends right here. The South China Sea isn't just blue water, it's a lifeline. Every day, tankers and cargo ships carry fuel, food, and microchips through these lanes. If traffic stops, shelves empty, prices rise, and allies question America's reach. That's why USS Dewey is here, 180 nautical miles off the Spratlys, on a routine patrol that's anything but routine. 2 China Coast Guard ships, massive and armed with high-pressure water cannons, move in fast. They close distance, block Dewey's turns, and try to trap her in open water. Beijing calls it legal defense. From Dewey's bridge, it looks like a test. One cutter slices across her bow, another shadows her port side. Voices on the radio stay calm but tight. Range: 50 yards closing. Sailors brace for impact that still hasn't happened yet. In combat, radar screens glow red. Chinese fire control beams are painting Dewey exactly what happens seconds before a shot. He knows he can't strike first, but can't let them hit either. One wrong maneuver, and the spark for a regional war is lit. Everyone on board understands that if steel touches steel, this stops being maritime safety and becomes headline crisis. Reports say at least one Chinese ship is using AI-assisted controls, adjusting its intercept angles faster than a human can react. It's precise, but dangerously cold. Machines don't fear mistakes. They just execute code, and sometimes code misreads intent. If Dewey yields, Beijing claims victory. If she pushes back, every capital in the region holds its breath. This is more than a patrol. It's a contest of nerve, algorithm against instinct, time pressure against human judgment. If you were on that bridge, what would you do? Hit 1 to stand firm or 9 to push back. Your call decides how far this standoff goes. 9 a.m. The radar lock doesn't fade. The Chinese ships keep circling, tightening the noose. Dewey's bridge crew watches numbers shrink on their screens: 300 yards, 200, 100. They're crossing again, someone calls out. Outside, steel shadows cut the waves, white spray flashing under the morning sunday. The captain steadies his voice. All stations, stand by to maneuver, do not initiate. The lead Chinese cutter swings across Dewey's bow, blasting a 40-ton jet of seawater from its high-pressure cannon. The shock rattles the destroyer's hull, pounding the deck with thunder. Visibility drops to 0. 3, 2, clear, the officer counts. The curtain of spray-thin's radar reacquires both contacts closer than before. Helm, 5 degrees starboard. Engines roar as Dewey slips sideways, keeping distance. Her crew trains for missiles, not collisions, but discipline holds. Orders move fast and clean. In the Combat Information Center, SPY-1DV radar plots every shift. The Chinese ships are coordinating, alternating positions to box Dewey in. Then a sharper tone cuts through the room fire control radar. It's the kind you use seconds before you fire. Confirm illumination. Confirm, sire. Taille 364, CCG 3901. Copy. Law it. The message is clear. We can shoot. Dewey holds fire. The destroyer's purpose today is deterrence, not escalation. But this is already beyond a simple patrol. Deploy LRAD Channel 3. On deck, sailors uncover the long-range acoustic device. A piercing tone bursts across the sea-focused sound, invisible but brutal. It hits the nearest Chinese cutter. Through binoculars, crewmen flinch and cover their ears. The vessel slows slightly, then steadies. Moments later, a third radar contact appears. CCG 5203, entering from the east. Another cutter joins the formation but stops short of engagement, holding station at distance. On Dewey's bridge, the air feels heavier. No shots, no collisions, just machines testing the edge of control. The captain lowers his headset. Maintain course, record everything. Cameras roll. Every ping, every echo is proof of how close routine operations now stand to open conflict. 9:36 a.m. The sea turns rough as the standoff drags on. Waves crash against steel, echoing through Dewey's frame. Inside the Combat Information Center, voices stay calm but tight. Contact bearing 095, range decreasing. The two Chinese cutters have switched tactics, now moving in sync, forming a pincer. On radar, the Chinese ships drift closer, 50 yards at a time. One cuts speed, the other accelerates, throwing off Dewey's predictive tracking. It's too coordinated for human timing. The AI-assisted helm logic is adapting to Dewey's moves, predicting turns before they happen. The American crew realizes they're no longer reacting to sailors, but to algorithms. Outside, the horizon burns white with spray. The Chinese vessels open their water cannons again, massive arcs slamming into the destroyer's hull. Salt water blasts the decks. Cameras rattle against their mounts. Dewey's crew hangs on as the ship heals under pressure. Then comes the next escalation. The fire control radar locks in again, this time from both cutters. Multiple illuminations confirmed. The tactical officer calls. Range 150 yards in closing. The captain doesn't flinch. Weapons tight. Prepare phalanx for visual lock. On deck, the automated CIWS turret whirs to life, tracking the nearest target with its sensors, not to fire, but to show it can. The buzzing of its motors cuts through the sea wind, a low mechanical growl that no one mistakes for a bluff. For a long minute, neither side moves. The Chinese cutters hold the lock. Dewey holds the line. Every radar ping feels like a trigger half pulled. The crew knows that even one glitch, a false radar echo, a software hiccup could unleash chaos. Then, without warning, both Chinese ships break formation and veer off 20 degrees. The radar locks vanish. The tension snaps, but doesn't fade, it just shifts. A third contact lingers in the distance, observing. Dewey steadies course. Engines low, crew silent. The captain exhales. Maintain readiness. They're testing thresholds, not leaving. The sky clears a little, but no one relaxes. The lesson is written in wake and static. This isn't over, it's only paused. If you think Dewey should have stood its ground, hit 1, but if you think one wrong move could have lit a war, hit 9. 10:24 a.m. Just when the tension begins to ease, Dewey's radar lights up again. A faint signal, small, low, moving fast. Not one of the cutters. Unidentified contact, bearing 081, range 8 miles, altitude, surface skim. The operator frowns. Sir, that's not a ship, it's a drone. The bridge falls silent. The contact speed jumps, weaving erratically across the sea surface. The Chinese cutters hold their distance, not interfering, almost as if they're letting the newcomer test the field. The drone skims just above the waves, no larger than a jet ski, carrying a sensor pod that flashes with a red strobe. The crew watches as the drone closes within 2 miles, its tiny radar cross-section flickering on and off. The AI aboard Dewey struggles to lock it. It's too small, too fast. Then another ping. A second drone appears, following the first. It's the twist. Everyone feared the harassment isn't over. The Chinese vessels hang back, using drones to push the boundary without risking their hulls. Every pass gathers data, radar, frequency, reaction time. Every second is a probe into how far the US will let machines go before calling it aggression. CIWS to standby, the captain orders. The phalanx turret pivots, tracking the blur at sea level. One wrong move and the gun could fire automatically 6,000 rounds per minute. A storm no one can explain afterward. On the screens, the drones circle closer, holding at a mocking distance. Then, as suddenly as they appeared, they cut power and drift to a stop. The radar feed clears. Silence. Dewey's bridge crew exhales, half relief, half disbelief. The captain mutters, "They weren't testing our weapons, they were testing our patience." And patience, out here, is what keeps peace alive or breaks it forever. 11:02 a.m. The horizon is quiet, too quiet. Dewey's radar sweep shows only the two Chinese cutters, now drifting several miles out. But something feels off. "Sir, low-level return, bearing 078, speed increasing." The operator's tone changes. "That's not the same drone, sir. This one's bigger." Seconds later, a fast-moving object skims the surface, closing distance at nearly 70 knots. Its radar signature flickers erratically, coded evasive. The Chinese cutters hold position, pretending not to see it. The captain's eyes narrow. "They're testing us again." CIWS on standby, the tactical officer confirms. "Rad ready." "Warn them," the captain says. The long-range acoustic device screams into the air, a sonic wall rolling over the sea. No response. The drone keeps coming. Range, bir, 200 yards, 900, 700. Deploy flares, visual warning. Bright streaks arc out from Dewey's deck. Still nothing. The drone keeps weaving through the spray, its camera fixed dead on the destroyer's bridge. Range 400 yards. The captain grips the railing. "Phalanx, auto-track only, do not fire." The whine of the turret grows louder, sensors locking on the incoming blur. The crew braces breath held, hands tight on consoles. At 250 yards, the drone suddenly turns hard, cutting across Dewey's bow and slicing through her wake. The CIWS tracks it for a split second longer, then powers down. The drone doesn't explode. It just hovers, then speeds away toward the Chinese cutters. The crew stands frozen, hearts pounding. One sailor mutters, "That wasn't a test. That was a message." The captain doesn't answer. He watches the retreating dot fade from radar. Then quietly, "They wanted to see if we'd flinch." The sea falls still again, but no one breathes easy. The captain calls the bridge, secure from general quarters, keeps sensors hot. Around him, sailors exhale relief mixed with anger. They know today was close, too close. On screen, the Chinese cutters turn north, heading home. Dewey steadies course. The ocean looks peaceful, but the line between peace and provocation has never felt thinner. If you think Dewey should have fired that shot, hit 9 if you believe holding back was the right call. Hit 1, 12:10 p.m. The South China Sea looks calm again, but the tension lingers like static in the air. Dewey's decks are slick with seawater and salt. Cameras still recording, every sailor still wired from the hours before. In Washington, Pentagon analysts replay the footage in silence. Frame by frame, they study how close the cutters came, how fast the drones moved, how the captain didn't blink, and how long the U.S. waited before answering. Official statements come fast. Washington calls the actions reckless and unprofessional. Beijing answers that its Coast Guard acted in lawful self-defense. Neither side mentions the AI, the quiet, unseen brain behind the near collision. But in defense circles, that's all anyone talks about now. Machines making decisions at human reaction speed. Algorithms choosing when to turn, when to hold, when to dare a warship to fire. Dewey reports only minor damage. A few cracked sensors, dented railings, stressed crew, but the real impact isn't physical. It's strategic. The incident proves that the line between peace and provocation can now be crossed by code, not by bullets. Commanders across the Pacific are rethinking what rules of engagement mean when the opponent might be software that doesn't feel fear, doesn't feel shame, and never has to stand in front of a press conference. News spreads across the region. ASEAN leaders call for calm. Markets flutter. Insurance spikes. Every admiral watching knows what this was. A rehearsal for a future where battles begin before anyone gives an order. As the sun drops over the horizon, Dewey sails on, her wake glowing gold in the fading light. The crew stands quiet, watching the sky turn red not with fire, but with warning. Somewhere beyond the waves, the same algorithms that provoked today are already learning from it, iterating, Refining. The sea is calm again, but everyone on board knows calm doesn't mean safe. If you believe peace now hangs by the thinnest thread of human restraint, hit 1, but if you think machines have already taken that thread, hit 9. It's 12:07 p.m. on the 3rd of July, 2025. In the waters east of Natuna Bazaar, the roar of jet engines cuts across the sea. On the deck of the USS Theodore Roosevelt, alarms blare. Radar screens light up with multiple unknown tracks. Sailors rush to battle stations. Every movement drilled and precise, but the tension is raw. Over the horizon, China's carrier Shandong has launched its fighters J-15 slicing low, escorted by shadowing destroyers. The U.S. carrier group braces. A Japanese ship, JS Izumo, adjusts course nearby, while Australia's HMAS Canberra signals readiness. Each ally knows one wrong move here could set the Pacific on fire. Above, American F-35C streak into the sky to intercept. Down below, submarine contacts flicker in and out, Kilo-class hunters lurking unseen. The air crackles with electronic jamming. This is not a drill. This is the knife edge of confrontation. The next minutes will decide whether the sea stays open or turns red. In the South China Sea, shipping lanes cut straight through daily life back home. Oil, gas, electronics, everything rides these waters. If they stop, gas prices jump, shelves thin out, and trust in America's promise to keep trade routes open starts to crack. That's why the USS Theodore Roosevelt is here with allies, facing China's push to control the approaches east of Natuna. Beijing's move is blunt. Push the carrier Shandong forward, screen it with Type 055 destroyers carrying YJ-18 cruise missiles, and let Kilo-class submarines prowl beneath. Add electronic jamming, reconnaissance drones, and a reminder that shore-based missiles can reach far. The aim is pressure without a shot, make the US blink, make smaller states self-censor, and bend the map. For the task force, the stakes are bigger than one standoff. It's credibility. If they yield here, Tokyo questions the alliance. Canberra wonders if Washington still has the steel. Indonesia, Vietnam, and the Philippines watch every move. Insurance markets watch too. A misread today becomes a price hike tomorrow. So far, the crisis is tense but bloodless. UAVs probe and harass. F-35C SWAT several down. A Burke-class destroyer widens its radar picket to break the box. P-8 Ampere's aircraft rake the sea with sonobuoys, hunting shapes below. JS Izumo swings to starboard. HMAS Canberra tightens the screen. Every move is filmed by satellites and rumors spread online before officers can draft a message. The choice is simple and brutal. Hold formation and risk escalation, or ease off and watch influence drain away. Out here, hesitation is a message. Resolve is too. Before this line snaps, one side must read the other fast. Who should back down here, China or the US and allies? Drop your take below. Press 1 if America must hold the line, or 9 if Beijing's gamble will prevail. 12:42 p.m. The radar scope glows with new contacts fast. Low, coming straight in. Operators call them out in clipped voices, each number a threat of danger racing across the sea. The commander doesn't wait. Orders snap. Launch F-35C. Vector them to intercept and ready the destroyer's launchers. Seconds matter. The first asset unleashed is the carrier's fighters. 2 F-35C peel off the deck, burners flaring, climbing hard to cut the lead tracks. Each carries missiles designed to reach fast and hit clean. Their task is to thin the wave before it grows unmanageable. Next comes the second layer. The Arleigh Burke destroyer on Roosevelt's flank locks targets and fires standard missiles. Long white streaks cut upward, curving into arcs, hunting the oncoming threats. For the crew, it's routine only in training. Out here, each missile costs millions, and each one fired means the enemy has forced America's hand. Japanese and Australian partners plug the gaps. JS Izumo vectors its helicopters to expand radar coverage, ensuring no blind spot. HMAS Canberra signals ready to launch its own interceptors if the next wave breaks through. Across radios, voices overlap in English and Japanese, clipped and urgent. Every call checked twice. Coordination means survival. The first intercepts hit home. Bright flashes bloom on the horizon, enemy drones exploding midair. Cheers ripple, but only for seconds. Operators report more inbound tracks hidden behind the first group. It's a tactic to overload defenses' classic saturation. The P-8 Ampere's Poseidon patrol aircraft adds its eyes. From high altitude, it sweeps the battle space, confirming what the destroyer already fears: multiple launch points. From both the carrier Shandong and its escorting ships, China is testing range, reaction time, and willpower all at once. As interceptors reload, the sky grows crowded with contrails and smoke. Sailors grip railings and consoles, waiting for the next alarms. The first wave is beaten back, but everyone knows what's next. A heavier strike, closer, harder, faster. Below deck, fire teams stand by, hoses coiled, foam ready, whispering checklists they hope never to use. Far off, the Shandong turns into the wind again, another launch cycle building, another test of nerve. This battle has only begun. 1:15 p.m. A second wave emerges on radar, tighter, faster, and more unpredictable. Several drones slip past the outer defenses, their signatures masked by electronic noise. The destroyer fires again, intercepting some, but not all. Every operator knows, even one breaking through could be fatal. The carrier group shifts tactics. Theodore Roosevelt turns a few degrees, reducing its profile and forcing enemy tracks into narrower firing angles. On deck, gunners brace beside their mounts, eyes fixed on the dark horizon. Metal clanks, belts feed, safeties click off. This is the moment training becomes survival. Above, F-35C re-engage. They cut across the incoming wave, unleashing missiles and bursts of cannon fire. Explosions ripple, but still, new contacts replace the old. China's saturation tactic is working quantity, forcing quality to the edge. Every intercept buys seconds, not safety. Allied ships keep pace. Izumo shifts closer, offering overlapping radar coverage. Canberra launches helicopters to scout for lurking submarines, because one torpedo now could end the fight before it begins. Across the formation, crews strain to hold the line, aware they're being watched by allies, rivals, and millions online. The burden grows heavier. Ammo counts flash red. Reload drills run non-stop, sweat mixing with salt spray on the decks. The carrier's captain orders speed increased, wake widening as engines drive harder against the sea. Maneuvering is part of defense, every knot and turn cuts angles that attackers try to exploit. But the enemy keeps coming. More drones dive low, skimming the water, while radar jammers overhead blur the sky into static. Operators shout bearings, gunners swivel, interceptors fire again. Each kill is a small relief, but no one celebrates. The crew knows, if even one makes it through, it could slam into steel and send hundreds scrambling for damage control. Both sides test nerve and endurance. China pushes to break formation. America and allies dig in to hold it. Out here, persistence is as much a weapon as missiles. Whose strategy will crack first, China's storm or the US shield? Drop your take below. Press 1 if America's defense holds, or 9 if Beijing's relentless push will smash through. 1:42 p.m. Just as the crew steadies, a new alert blares. These aren't the same drones. Smaller, faster, hugging the surface, harder to see, harder to kill. They slip beneath radar sweeps, appearing only seconds before impact. This is China's next card, a twist meant to overwhelm even seasoned crews. The commander reacts instantly. Orders cut through the noise. Activate close. In defenses. Bring secondary systems online. Prepare for rapid fire. The ship's gunners tense, fingers poised, as the threat closes distance with terrifying speed. Helicopters from Izumo and Canberra scramble lower, trying to extend detection. Still, the swarm splits, each craft darting unpredictably, weaving between waves. It's a deadly game of hide and strike, designed to drain reaction time. The call goes out for a third layer of defense. Phalanx CIWS batteries rotate, barrels whirring, radar domes tracking at knife range. Every second shaved off detection is a second bought for survival. Crews brace as the mounts begin to scream. On deck, sailors watch tiny specks racing across the water. The speed is shocking, faster than anything in the first wave. If one breaks through, it won't just dent steel. It could ignite fuel, cripple the carrier, or end the mission outright. The commander knows this is the real test. Standard missiles won't save them now. It's down to reflexes, gunfire, and split-second calls. Every sailor feels the weight. Whether this moment ends with a clear horizon or burning wreckage depends on their aim. The sea boils with spray as rounds hammer downrange. Targets explode in white flashes, but new ones appear just behind. The twist is here, and the crew faces their hardest fight yet. 2:05 p.m. The last wave surges in. Dozens of fast contacts streak toward the carrier group, some skimming the waves, others diving from altitude. The bridge goes silent except for clipped commands. This is it, the point where victory or disaster is measured in seconds. CIWS guns thunder. Tracers cut across the sea like white-hot ropes, stitching the horizon. Explosions ripple as drones are torn apart, but the swarm doesn't stop. Each kill is replaced by another diving closer. Sailors grip their stations, jaws tight, eyes unblinking. On the Roosevelt's deck, gunners switch to manual, swinging barrels by instinct. The roar is deafening, steel vibrating with every burst. Nearby, the Burke-class destroyer unleashes a final salvo, its tubes flashing in sequence. Japanese and Australian ships join in, creating a wall of firepower. Coordination is everything. One gap, and the enemy slips through. A drone breaks through the first screen, screaming low. The CIWS locks, fires, and at the last second, the target explodes in a blinding flash. Spray showers the deck, sailors ducking as fragments rain down. Another drone follows, weaving harder. The crew adjusts, fires again, shredding it yards from the hull. Below decks, teams sprint, hoses run, watertight doors sealed. EW operators shout bearings. Jammers burn through static, peeling clutter off the scopes. Chaff blooms flare silver, luring seekers wide. A Seahawk skims past the bow, dragging a decoy sled. One drone veers off, lost in smoke. On Izumo, a gun crew rides recoil, cheering as the last speck winks out. For a hot minute, no one breathes. Then the closest threat yet, a fast mover hugging the waves, seconds from impact. Gun mounts track, shells pour, tracers vanish into the body. The target erupts, flames scattering across the surface. The carrier shakes, spray washing over the bow. Alarms fade as radar shows the skies clearing. Silence falls, smoke drifts, crews exhale for the first time in hours. The carrier stands scarred but alive. The formation tightens, counting ammo, counting luck, and counting on each other for whatever comes next. In moments like this, who truly holds the edge, America's layered defense or China's relentless waves? Drop your answer below. Press 1 if the shield proves stronger, or 9 if the storm nearly broke it. 2:45 p.m. The horizon is finally quiet. Smoke drifts where drones fell, and the sea is littered with debris. The Roosevelt's deck crews work non-stop, checking for damage, rearming CIWS, and resetting launchers. Sailors' faces are streaked with sweat and salt, but relief is written in their eyes. They survived the heaviest assault yet. The cost, though, is clear. Missile stocks are reduced, gun barrels overheated, and fuel reserves stretched thin. Every interception burned resources the group can't easily replace. The lesson is harsh. Cheap drones and waves of pressure force America to spend millions just to stay afloat. For Washington, the outcome proves the defenses work, but also that the enemy adapts. China's strategy of relentless swarms nearly cracked the line. For allies, the sight of America standing firm is reassurance, but also a warning that the margin of survival is thinner than ever. Tokyo and Canberra will double down on readiness. Southeast Asian states will debate how far to lean toward the U.S. shield. Beijing, meanwhile, studies every intercept and every hesitation. They didn't sink a carrier, but they exposed limits. Each wave was a message. We can bleed you, we can wear you down. And that message will echo in every future standoff. For the sailors, it's more personal. They walked the knife's edge and held. Tonight, they'll write emails home saying they're safe without describing how close it came. Tomorrow, they'll drill again, knowing the next wave might be bigger, faster, and deadlier. Commanders log lessons, analysts replay each intercept, deck crews patch scars unseen. The South China Sea remains open, but only just. The fight for control isn't over, it's entering a new phase. If you had to choose, who came out stronger today, America holding the shield, or China proving it can nearly break it? Drop your answer below and subscribe to catch the next episode. Press 1 if you think the US showed it still owns the line, or 9 if Beijing's pressure struck deeper.